wanted to know because I went down to the housing authority and I'm just having trouble doing the rental assistance thing. My phone is kind of weird, so I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I just wanted to show it to you and see how I need to apply. So what site did you say I needed to go to?
You just go under DHA. Anything that says DHA, but I am going to let you know that DHA does not have funds right now. They did deny like maybe 5 or 6 people. So, they don't have funds.
Okay, because you, just so you know, I want this department to be aware of conspiracy to violate. What I tried to inform her about. There's a multitude of people that have gotten away with violating me and railroading me years in my environment. So the government, I'm targeted by the government, and I'm here on domestic violence situation because a multitude of people have railroaded me and deprived me of rights, and they have my locations conspired with abuse and help them get away with crimes and their abuse. So they scheme and then have other parties conspire so I don't get services. See, my abuser, the one that I'm escaping from, wants me to be out on the streets. So he have apartment complexes, churches, police, a multitude of parties conspire to enforce his abuse. So now they have actually shut down programs. They have for me to deprive me of getting any help to escape his abuse. So I do believe you that but people don't need to get away with shutting down programs to keep me in abuse.
I don't think it's just because of you though.
I don't know, because when I came in initially you said that you weren't aware, and then I tried to speak with someone and then they hung up in my face and they didn't want to give me information, and then by that time they have their opportunity to change their story up and then have other parties conspire with crimes. So now no one's getting rental. It could happen with housing. I've been trying to get housing years. The police would actually come and interrupt at locations. They have shut down they closed and locked up the Social Security Administration to keep me from funds. That's what people need to rack up the felony charges they've earned. So now we had another conversation, and then you said you hadn't seen anyone turned down. And I do,
Yeah. And then we did get paperwork that they were off. There's no funds. I mean.
So it changed.
Yeah.
So, and it has changed before. So now, and then I went to Health and Human Services. They couldn't get their story straight. They said that they did have funds. So it was a multitude of programs that I was interrupted that you were telling me about. So all of the programs shut down?
All I know is for DHA.
Okay, so what are the other programs were you aware of for rental assistance?
No. I don't know any other ones.
You said that there were 2, and then you had to get off the phone.
I know Foundation. I don't know if they have funds or not. Did I give you that?
No. People deprive me of assistance and then bully me and violate and slander, which the lady, she blatantly lied and said I was abusive. See, when I get services and people lie and slander and arrest me and assault me for getting services, that makes me terrified for asking for help. I was at New Beginnings in Garden, Texas, and got assaulted and arrested just for attending a domestic violence support group. So people enlist the people in my environment to slander me and bully me trying to get services. I don't feel safe, but I can't stop it.
This is another number. I mean that people have.
But I still like you to help because people lie to me. So if you can show me where your knowledge of where people went, and I can try it, because they enlist people in my environment to blatantly lie to deprive me of services. Okay, the Chocolate Mint Foundation. Okay. Well, the problem of it is I got to get the government and their consequences for their charges. Because having people conspire to violate someone's civil rights is criminal. And all they're going to keep doing is enlisting people to lie and con to keep me from services. So we need their felonies and them to rack up their felonies to interrupt them from committing these crimes. See, what they're doing is they're enlisting people to commit crimes to cover up for their crimes. So these people are not aware that they're committing crimes with the government. They just think that they'll be listening to the government, not knowing what they're doing is criminal.
So just see if you can get through those 2 numbers and see.
Okay, so the one that you told me that's closed now, I want to concentrate because I went there. And they weren't aware that it was closed. Multitude of parties can't get their story straight. So we can just concentrate on the website, and then I can go through there, and then if it closes, then people can get the charges.
Why didn't you just didn't apply there?
They're committing crimes. That's why I tried to talk to you to get the real process, because I can't stop people from committing crimes. So you can apply there in person?
I'm sure if it's DHA.
I don't know, ma'am. They said that you can't. People aren't honest with me, but I like to concentrate on where you were aware that you could apply online, that you directed me.
All you can do is go into DHA.
Okay, here's a page right here.
Okay.
Okay.
You get started. And then you put all your information in.
Let me see. I'm not sure if that was there before. So this is for public housing and a housing choice voucher program. And this is what you guys use to get people help with assistance with rent.
Well, that's what you can go to, yeah.
This is what you used to use, and this is what you referred me to do to get assistance with the rent that I'm due.
Mm-hmm.
And now it has shut down in just a couple of days.
Yes.
Okay, so, but I can go ahead and apply because they weren't aware that it shut down. And I would like you, because I'm in a domestic violence crisis that you guys are worried about. Your security guard interrupted me reporting child abuse and a murder, and I reported him. Yeah, he interrupted me reporting child abuse and murder to a police and was bullying to me trying to do that report, your security guard. And I reported it to you guys. You guys didn't respond. If there was a murder and there was child abuse, that means my life is in jeopardy. And then for your security to bully me in the process of reporting that to the police in the environment that I'm forced to live in.
Okay, so how did he bully you?
He was telling me that I was lawyering, speaking to the police about a murder, child abuse, and someone that deliberately hit me and put a dent in my car. So he was telling me I was lawyering and interrupting my report to the police.
When did this happen?
I called and left a message, and I was disregarded. No one ever returned my call. Because that doesn't make me feel safe or security. It is condoning my family to be violated.
Okay, so you were reporting something to the police over the phone?
No, in person.
In person. And
the police were outside, and he interrupted my conversation to bully and mistreat me and threaten me doing a report when I was already terrified to the police. Because I was reporting a murder.
And you felt threatened, and you felt, right?
Well, if you were doing a report and you're reporting a murder, your child's abuse, and security came to bully you with the environment that you live, how would that make you feel?
Right.
And then you report it to the office, and then they cover you for it, and then bully you in turn too. Because I reported it to the office, because that doesn't make me feel safe, But I'm not safe anywhere. So I reported it to the office. They deflected and disregarded. Then played games with me speaking with you. I just want to be a normal human being and be treated, with a little sense of respect that you would treat anyone else and not repetitively have to be violated. So this is the application, and I'm not quite sure I saw that. What I saw on my phone before you assisted me was something for houses or something like that. Housing assistance for a house. But I can go ahead and complete this, and you're told now in just a couple of days that they've schemed so I couldn't speak with you. Because they were scheming so I couldn't speak with you. Let's be honest. So now, since they have schemed and kept me from you, the story is now that the assistance isn't offered, even though I went to Health and Human Services and they're not aware of it.
Okay. Just apply.
Okay.
You can see for yourself. Once you apply.
Well, I don't have rights, so it probably will shut down like the other. That's why I want to speak with you and get the procedure, because people blatantly lie to me and get away with it. So all they have to do is just tell you to tell.
Residents, what they actually did, they applied online, just like you're doing now.
Okay.
And since they do ask for our email address, they do send over alerts, just to let us know that it's shut temporarily.
Okay.
I don't know when the funds might come up.
Okay, so I clicked apply. I clicked apply, and it's nothing after that. What do I do? Housing Choice Voucher Program, and my phone is weird. I can't get law enforcement anywhere. So it's saying on the website that it is open.
Will remain open until further notice from the time to time. Their addition of deletion inventory of developments based on operation of the vouchers.
So is it not letting you apply?
Now you see? Or it's telling you can apply on a computer.
So it's not, it can't be done on the phone?
Apparently not, I don't know.
Let's see. Do you have people go to the, see my life in normal, so you have, what is your position? Because I want to make sure, what is your position here?
Assistant manager.
Okay, so do you enlist people, help them with assistance when they need help with their rent? Is that what you do?
I give them the information and they go on and do it themselves.
Okay, so you tell people to go on their phone and get the information when they can't?
You can keep on reading and then it tells you it's self-explanatory.
I'm in a domestic violence situation, ma'am, and I
understand that, but like I said, I just read everything that you needed to know.
I don't understand it. Please help.
So whenever you go, you can either go to a library where there's a computer.
So I have to go to a library and I can't do it on my phone?
Read the instructions. Read it.
Because you did tell me that I can do it on my phone, and now.
That was okay. You can't do it on the phone. Just read whatever they're telling you to do on your phone. If you can't do it on your phone, then you will have to go to a computer. If you don't have a computer, you have to go to a library and do it.
Okay. So once I do the application, so how does it work for people?
Then I don't know from there. They contact us.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, what do you do? How does it program work with the apartment complex? What are they doing? When I do the application, what will they do?
They would submit. I guess they would contact us, and then they would, and then we'll go from there to see if you apply, if I'm approved.
Yeah, if I'm approved, then what happens?
Once you're approved, then they send over a HAP contract, and whenever they send over a HAP contract, then they see with that. It tells us how much housing is going to help you with.
Okay. And how long does it normally take? From what you gather? It takes about a month or so. Okay, so if it takes about a month, when I do the application, how do you put it on hold while I'm waiting? I mean, if I'm waiting for it and you know that I did the application, then what do you do to assist with me waiting on the response from them?
Like rent-wise?
Yes.
You're still responsible to pay your rent.
Okay.
Until you get assistance.
Okay, so do the application, and then I'm still responsible for the rent, and then you get information from them in about a month, typically.
If there's any funds, and if they're approved, then they'll reach out to us.
If they're not, ma'am, that's why I want people to record the felonies. They have no right to have people violate me over and over again. Oh, yeah. So they have. Oh, because people interrupt. I'm telling you that I'm fighting for my life. And I go repetitively, as you have experienced this years, for people to deprive me of assistance, violate, disregard, and interrupt every experience I have to protect myself, as well as your security guard. I told your security guard that I was begging for my life, and there was a murder, a hit and run. And I do not need to continue to get violated, disregard, psychologically abused, and people to consistently keep getting away with it. I have value. And I don't want people in my environment to mistreat me and disregard me and consistently get away with it. Your security has no right to violate me, trying to beg for my family's life and bully me and have no consequences.
And I will bring it up to their whoever they work for.
Yes, because I tried to make an appointment with you because for years people have interrupted any avenue I have to save my life and to have a normal life like anyone else. So they don't want me talking to you, a multitude of people, about the process and program. I don't know why they'd be that way. So back to what we were saying. So now I have to get on the computer, and then it takes about a month.
I mean, it all depends on how fast, because I don't know. That's housing. That don't have nothing to do with me.
But it typically
could take a month. It could take 2 months. It could take 3 months until they get your application and they look over it. then
Okay.
that's all out of my hands.
Okay, so I'm just trying to interrupt. Please forgive me, but I was assaulted and arrested at a domestic violence support group. My abuser enlists people in my environment to slander me, violate me, mistreat me, and degrade me, trying to get services. I've been pushed and shoved, forced to live in a tent. I don't want people to be repetitively commit crimes and push me back into that same environment, and then disregard me and interrupt me begging for my life as they've done years. I think it's sick. So I like to have a life where a multitude of people didn't interrupt all over the place and me begging for my life. Okay, I mean, there's all kinds of securities right there. It shouldn't be a threat. That's the same one that interrupted me speaking to the police. This has happened years.
Are you security? Can you come do something?
Can you come do something with this lady? Their schemes. Their schemes.
Okay, well, that's all I can do for you now, ma'am.
Yeah, talk to him about interrupting me reporting a murder to the police. That's a bit more extreme than me reporting
we'll talk about
corruption.
that on a different.
Come on.
This is the one that interrupted the murder. Come on. They set it up.
Come on. Come on.
I gotta be degraded trying to get help.
I'm pretty. Look at me. Come on. Come on.
That's what the bully gets off on. Force her to leave while getting services. At least the assault stop. My tablet won't show it. That's the person that's doing it. It's sick. So what they do is they set up. They kept interrupting the experience. And then when I record all the interruptions, they use it as an avenue to disregard, degrade, and violate. He just has to make sure any avenue I have to escape his abuse, that they make sure that I feel worthless. You know, and then it's not going to be, I mean, I don't know, people need to rack up the felony charges they've earned. So I'm trying to fight the tears back. You know, I used to cry every day, like have meltdowns. I mean, really, really sob. I mean, this was really, really painful. So I guess what's going on is they manipulated my phone. That's why I couldn't do the application. I don't know. So then they manipulated my phone and they have concocted with her that you have to do it on the computer. Because they manipulated my phone and didn't provide me an avenue of doing the rental assistance. So since a multitude of parties can get their story straight and they were caught in lies, people come in and interrupt. Say that there's meetings and distract so they can continue to enforce criminal activity and I continue to get deprived services. I don't have rights like a multitude of other people. People were purposely coming in trying to interrupt, disregard, and get her out of the crime that they enlisted her to commit, the conspiracy to violate civil rights crimes. She told me that I can go do the application on my phone. I had problems with it, so I tried to show it to her. She couldn't find it. Now she has concocted that you have to do it on the computer. Why would you tell people to go do it on their phones? You mean to tell me no one has told you in all this time, and that's what you do, that you have to do it on a computer? That he likes me to run all around across town, set up abuse wherever I go, and knows he's controlling the environment. He's sadistic, so run all across town for them to still scheme and abuse power to deprive me of services as they've done years with no consequences. So I don't know what to do, as I haven't known years.